Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Psycho, and I have another awesome Walking Dead video for y'all today. Now, today has been an awesome day. We finally got that 4-minute teaser for the mid-season premiere of Season 6 for The Walking Dead. Now, I am just going to break this down for you guys, and I'm just going to say that over this 4 minutes, there aren't really this many secret things, so I won't have that many to mention, but I will have a tiny bit of little secrets I can point out for you guys. Now, some of these aren't going to be that major, but there is one that I found that is a very good reference to another character. Now, first off, just to explain what happened, Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl ran into Negan's group. We all saw that teaser before, and he's like, give me your shit, hand it over right now. And of course, Abraham and Sasha are being a little stubborn. All of them are, and you can't really blame them for that. And the guy's like, well, you should probably just eat your shit, chew, and swallow. That'll be the best idea for you. And what he's basically saying is that if you mess with them, you are done for, you're gonna die, they have too many people with machine guns, you can't mess with these guys. So now I've described it a little bit, I'm gonna get right into the breakdown and what I want to mention. One thing that I really loved about this was Abraham's quote. The thing that I'm talking about is where Abraham states, "Who's Negan?" And I absolutely love this because it's fan service. What I mean by this is that back in the episode where Rick and the group came to Alexandria and they were talking about Deanna, Abraham sort of became a meme on Talking Dead, and everyone laughed at it when he goes, "Who's Deanna?" It was just so funny, and they sort of implemented that into this episode as well because they knew we liked that quote. This was such a great opportunity to implement this into the episode and added some humor, and now everybody's going to be yelling, "Who's Negan?" and it's just freaking so hilarious, and I love that. Next, we have the most important reference that I have found in this video. The reference that I'm talking about is where Sasha states, "You don't have to do this." The importance of this is that Bob actually said this same exact thing to Gareth in the episode called No Sanctuary. I'll pop the proof up right on there. I went to IMDb. I didn't want to grab the scene and copy and paste it. I could not find that anywhere anyways, and plus you deal with copyright issues. But I'll pop up the quote on the screen so you guys can see the proof for yourselves. And I just thought this was such a good add-in. And the writers always put in really creative things like this. They always do these callbacks and references to other characters, and it's so well done. And I just really appreciate little things like that because sometimes people don't pick up on that. Basic audiences won't pick up on that, but major fans will. And that is so appreciated by people like myself. I really do love stuff like this. I love anything that takes a little bit of analyzation and interpretation and things like that just to recognize where it came from and what it's talking about. So I absolutely love that. One other thing that I would like to mention is where he says, well, usually we show up, pop one of you all right off the bat. Now, at first, you may not realize this little pun here. It's basically a pun that he is saying. And if you don't want to know any comic spoilers, I'd suggest to just mute this part or skip ahead a little bit or even leave the video. I'm going to mention a comic spoiler here, so just a little heads up. What he means by right off the bat is basically a pun for Negan's introduction to where he kills Glenn and kills Glenn with the baseball bat. So this is basically a really cool pun that I absolutely loved. I know some other people didn't like this pun and thought it was cheesy, but honestly, people that don't read the comics aren't going to understand that, and it's just a cool reference for the people that are in the loop on this, so I absolutely loved it. Finally, this one is more of an interpretation and prediction rather than a breakdown, but I want to talk about how Negan's group member leads Daryl to the back of the vehicle to where we can't see him, he's off scene, and he leads him back there to get his stuff. And what I want to say is, I think there's a possibility. Now, this is going to be predictions, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you don't want to hear this prediction, it's fine, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think that maybe Daryl can silently take this guy out and take the RPG that Abraham actually has in the back and shoot it at Negan's group and hopefully take them out. So that's just my opinion. I mean, there is an RPG in the back of that, and they wouldn't have spent 15 minutes on Abraham trying to get the RPG and with the camera focusing on it so much to where it doesn't do anything related to the show and nothing important. So I think that it definitely has something important to do with the show. I think it's going to be the only way Abraham, Sasha, Sasha and Daryl can escape the group. But just to imagine the scene in your head would be absolutely awesome, especially with Daryl just surprising all of us, coming out of nowhere with an RPG and blowing them all to hell. That would be absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see if it comes true. As always, I really hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. I know there wasn't a lot to interpret from this, but I did try to break it down to the best of my abilities within the time limit that I had. And I hope you guys do enjoy this, and if you did, please hit me with a like. That always helps out a ton. And subscribe if you're new here, because I always post a ton of Walking Dead videos. I've posted a ton today, and I plan to post a lot more. As always, thanks again. Peace out.